The air is tense as the cameras are set up, and the plan is put in motion because James has had a feeling for months that something is off in his relationship with Sarah, since she has been distant and uninterested in conversations that used to last for hours now, reduced to short replies and long silences, which has made James question everything that they have built together, because in his heart he believes that love should not just disappear like this without a reason, but he has seen too many signs to ignore, so he reaches out to UDY to set up a loyalty test, hoping for clarity. James watches from behind the scenes, his heart racing, as Sarah enters the cafe where the test will take place, and he wonders if he has made the right decision. But the doubt is overshadowed by the need to know the truth, because without it, he will be stuck in this endless cycle of wondering and second-guessing. So the decoy, who is an attractive and charismatic actor, approaches Sarah with a warm smile and a confident demeanor, and James grips the edge of his seat as he watches every expression on her face, looking for signs of discomfort or resistance. But instead, she looks interested and engaged as the decoy compliments her dress and asks if she is seeing someone, to which she hesitates before answering. James feels his stomach drop when she says that her relationship is complicated, and he cannot believe what he is hearing, because he thought they were solid, despite the recent distance. But now it seems that she does not even acknowledge their relationship as something certain, and he fights the urge to burst into the cafe and confront her. But he knows he has to see this through, so he waits and watches as the decoy continues to charm her, and she smiles in a way that James has not seen in a long time, and the pain of that realization cuts deeper than he expected. The conversation between Sarah and the decoy goes on, and she shares details about how she feels unappreciated, and how she does not know if James is the one for her. And James is shocked because he had no idea she felt this way, since she never told him directly, and he starts to wonder if he has failed her in some way, or if she has already checked out of the relationship emotionally, and he was just the last to know. So as the decoy invites her to go out for drinks sometime, she hesitates but then agrees, which confirms James's worst fears, and he cannot watch anymore. So he walks away from the screen. Trying to process what just happened, the UDY team asks if he wants to confront her right then and there. But James shakes his head, because what would it accomplish to see her reaction in person when the truth is already painfully clear? So he decides he needs to talk to her in private, without the cameras, without the pressure, and without the audience watching, because this is something that needs real answers, not just a spectacle for others to see. So later that night, he waits for Sarah to come home, and when she does, he looks at her and wonders if she has any idea that he knows. Sarah senses something is off when she sees James sitting there waiting for her with an expression she cannot quite read, and he asks her how her day was, and she gives the usual vague response. But then he takes a deep breath and tells her that he knows about the cafe and that he saw everything. And she freezes because she realizes there is no way to deny it, and the silence stretches between them before she finally speaks, saying that she is sorry and that she did not mean to hurt him. But James asks her the one question that has been eating at him, which is if she has already given up on them, and Sarah hesitates again before saying that she does not know, and that she has felt lost for a while and does not know how to fix it. James listens, feeling a mixture of anger, sadness, and confusion, because this is the person he thought he knew, and yet he feels like he is talking to a stranger. So he asks her why she never told him any of this before, and she says that she did not want to hurt him. But he argues that hiding her feelings has done more damage than telling the truth ever could have. So now they are left in this place where he does not know if he can trust her anymore, and she does not know if she wants to fight for what they had. So they sit in silence, both realizing that this may be the end of something that once felt unbreakable. As the days pass, James struggles with the reality of what happened, and Sarah tries to explain that she did not mean to betray him. But James cannot shake the image of her smiling at another man like he was the only one in the world, and it becomes clear to him that even if she did not physically cheat, she was already emotionally gone, and that is something he does not know if he can come back from. So one evening he tells her that he needs time and space to think, and she nods because deep down she understands that this is something she cannot undo. James moves out for a while, staying with a friend while he sorts through his emotions. And during this time, he reflects on everything, trying to decide if he can forgive or if it is time to move on. And he thinks about the moments they shared, the good and the bad. And he wonders if they were always heading toward this ending, or if there was a moment where things could have been saved. But in the end, he realizes that love cannot survive without honesty and commitment, and that even though it hurts, letting go might be the only way to find peace again. Eventually, James reaches a decision and meets Sarah one last time to tell her that he cannot continue in a relationship where he is always questioning if she is fully in it, and she looks down, knowing that this moment was coming, but it still hurts to hear. So they part ways with heavy hearts, and as James walks away, he feels a strange sense of relief, because even though he lost something, he also gained clarity, and in time, he knows he will heal and find someone who will choose him fully without hesitation. Months pass, and James slowly starts to feel like himself again. He focuses on his passions, reconnects with old friends, and finds joy in the small things he had once taken for granted. He realizes that love is not just about holding on, but also about knowing when to let go. He no longer feels the weight of doubt and insecurity that once consumed him. And one day, while out for coffee, he meets someone new. Someone who sees him for who he is and makes him feel valued in a way he had forgotten was possible. And as they talk and laugh together, he understands that endings are not just about loss, but also about making room for new beginnings.